Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new season of Nick and Sergio's Fun Watch List. I'm Nick.
I am Sergio.
Yeah, we did it. We're here this week to talk about sort of the precursor to season 6 of Mas Draga.
Yeah, the auditions.
The auditions. Ooh, fancy audition process. We get to see 24 drag performers.
It's like a season of Drag Race at this point.
It's 2 seasons of Drag Race.
No, it's 16 queens now. It's like...
Well, it's 2 old seasons
You're 8
of Drag
away.
Race.
You're 8 contestants away. So season 16, 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race will have 24.
Yes. They're having fun this season, just like they called it La Quinta Ola. They're calling it...
The Sixth Sense.
El Sexto Ciento, which
El
is...
Sexto Sentido.
Sentido, what did I say? Ciento.
You're feeling it.
Well, I was feeling sex, yes. Very fun. I think, I don't know. What would you call this?
I'm a little lost because I don't know the interpretation because they're acting sensual and like very dark.
Well, I think it's like this sexy feeling.
I thought this
is like the pun.
Wait, isn't the Sixth Sense like your third eye?
Mm-hmm.
So, but how is that sexy?
It's a double entendre. Sexto. It's got the word sex in it. What more do you want?
Layer over layer over layer. Oh.
This was a very exciting audition process, and I agree. When I saw that there was 24 queens, I was a little overwhelmed. And when I was, 80 minutes into the video and I still hadn't met all the queens yet, I was like, oof.
Oof.
But once it got to the final challenge, which we will talk about at the end, I got very excited because we got 24 lip syncs.
Girl, I was wanting 12. Come on. 24 is a lot.
24 is a lot, but every time they revealed, now this new queen is lip sync against this legend from Mas Draga past, I got excited every single time.
I did too.
And 2 or 3 of these lip syncs were like 10 out of 10.
Yes. There were so many good lip syncs. There were also some whatever lip syncs.
There was some whatever lip syncs.
We'll talk about it.
Yes. Before we get into the lip syncs, though, which was kind of the most exciting part of the episode, we do want to talk about the runways, and we also want to talk about our hosts. We have 2 lovely hosts.
Oh, yes.
Did you forget about them?
I was like, oh, we already got a host for like the next season? No, but you're...
Not just yet.
Yes, you're talking about...
Deseos
Fab.
And... Ooh.
Uma Kyle. Hey, I love Uma. I am just very forgetful. There's 24 new names that I need to learn, so...
Yes, and Deseos and Uma come out and they do a number dressed in their best Sugar and Spice cosplay.
And they did that song with the fucking turkey sound.
It had a turkey sound.
I'm not into it. I'm sorry.
I didn't even recognize the turkey sound. What was the song
like
they did?
That was the song. And it would like play like a weird instances, but the song has nothing to do with turkeys. Maybe I'm not getting the show.
Well, there was also a bunch of weird sounds on the live stream. It sounded like someone was in the room and left a microphone on.
Yes.
So maybe there was a turkey in the room.
Some of the edits, you could hear like production kind of talking in the back. That's what it felt like.
We have our hosts, but we also have our judges.
Yes.
And these are past winners of Mas Draga. We're first introduced to Aviescu, who won season 3.
Which you haven't finished.
I haven't finished. I've seen 80% of it.
So you don't know the real reason why she won and how she won. It was really iconic.
Well, I know she was eliminated and she came back, so I feel like I kind of know what happened. Mm-hmm. But what do you think of her look? She's kind of doing this cool like angel drag king.
She's been doing a lot of like more drag king looks, and this person is called Don Luis, I believe.
Oh wow!
So she already named him and everything.
Next we have Alexis 3XL, looking fabulous as always.
Yes, I feel like there was some issues with. Do you think there were issues with her makeup, or that was the look of her makeup? Because
no, it was supposed to be kind of marbly, like a gradient, right?
Yeah, but it felt. I think because it felt very matte. It didn't really read well on the screen.
I didn't mind it. I thought it was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I love her so.
We love her. She's one of the best winners. I mean that season, especially that season finale.
Great.
Anyway, last but not least, we have our current reigning Mas Draga winner, Fifi Esta. Fifi Esta is back, and she really kind of stepped up her game. This is a very regal look for her, and it looks very expensive.
It looks very expensive, and she's there.
Why do you hate her?
I don't hate her.
Hate her.
I just like picking on her because I know how much you love her.
She is one of my favorites, and I'm very glad that she's here judging some of the girls. Now, like we said, there's 24 of these ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 24 of these theys and thems and yeah, a bunch of type of people. But the point is, there's too many to talk about all of their looks. So we are just going to say our top 5 runway looks.
Yes.
Before we get into critiquing these lip syncs. We go one at a time. We say one of our favorites, and who knows, some of these might overlap. Maybe we like the same people.
Okay, so do you want to start or should I start? You start.
Okay.
I'm kind of excited for where you're going to pick.
I'm very excited. My first pick, and this is like chronological order, so not necessarily my favorite.
Yes,
but
same for me.
Yes.
So
first one that stood out to me is Catriona.
Ah, that is my first one.
Really? Yay! I love this. I love a cat lady look.
I loved it. You can hear Guillermo's little bell going around.
Guillermo loves it too, yes.
And just seeing her dressed as a little kitty and like all the venenos like.
Well, it was great because she started as the cat lady and then she became the cat, which was very fun.
On it, like just from beginning to end, the look, the transition, the
yarn ball purse,
the use of like the venenos, like it was great. Everything about it, I love her. Like,
I would probably give her the award for best veneno use as well.
Like the most memorable one, I feel, is her.
Okay, well,
and also I mean, not spoiler alert, but she's the winner of this episode.
I mean, that's a huge spoiler. But we're keeping it in. So I got to pick the last one. It happened to be the same as yours. Why don't you tell me your next one?
Okay, my next one in no particular order except for Catriona. That one was my number one.
Okay.
Juana Guadalupe.
Okay. She is also on my list.
And this is 2 out
Maybe
of 5.
we're going to pick all 5 of the same
Oh my
ones.
God, I think we are.
That'll be fun.
I think we are because I already know which ones you would be so interested.
I think I picked one that you will not pick.
Okay,
so we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, Juana Guadalupe, what a cool concept, right?
I just love the story of it. She's like, I had a lot of issues with my dad because, like, he's so machista and, like, such a man. Like, and, like, basically some lady telling her, like, if you want to be close to your dad, you have to dress like a cowboy.
Yeah, so she dressed like a cowboy.
Dressed like a cowboy. And I was like, girl, and, like, every single detail, yes, it was a lot.
I liked that it was a lot.
It was all cohesive because I think it was all in the same material. And then when you hear the story, it even empowers like the look even more. Respect. That was great.
Also, just very cool that she made leather look so regal and opulent.
Yeah.
I thought one of the most clever little details is her shoulder pads were both sides of the saddle. Yes. Did you see the horn of the saddle in the back? So just loved all of it. Okay, I will go next. And I think this is the one that you did not pick. Electra Valpurgis? Valpurgis.
Wow.
I did pick that one.
I did not have this in like anywhere near the top.
I liked Electra a lot. I could see some of the craftiness in the garment. Maybe
it was a lot too crafty for me, and that's why I did not even pick it. And also it felt very unpolished.
I did not think it was unpolished. I thought it was a cool throwback to like retro futurism, very like 60s nostalgia of what like sci-fi was back then. Mm-hmm. I loved the combination of the laser eyes with the Lysa Sansusi smoke bomb. Like that was a very cool choice. And I just love the silhouette. I thought it was cool.
Wait, I think I'm confusing her. She's the one that wears the rings?
The rings.
And like the like, paper clips?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, I loved it. No, I thought it was so cool. And the other thing I will say about the one thing I will say about her that's a little critical is, girls, you gotta stop naming yourself Electra. We have too many Electras in drag.
Not even that. It's like, I'm so curious why like Mexican drag queens name themselves a lot of English names. Well,
it's like a marketing thing, right? You want to have international appeal.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's like, that's why also, like, when I picked Juana Guadalupe, like, I just love her name. Like, it's
what a great name,
such a great name, and it's so much more memorable than if it's an English name to me.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's like, that's my only question. I don't know why they all have, like, English-sounding names, but...
it's their prerogative.
I know, I'm just curious. I'm not judging.
Yeah, you would never judge. Why don't you tell us your next pick for top 5 runways?
Okay. So my next one is going to be... And then I'm going to say this one because I know you have this one on yours.
Okay, fine.
And it's Naomi Kruger.
Guess what?
Oh my God, you didn't pick her?
She's not on my top.
I swear I thought you were going to pick her. She's a horror movie
and she's named after Freddy Krueger.
Into drag. Like that honestly... respect because it was like bedazzled. It was like there was depth and
she
like,
was
it was
very
so
close
good.
for me. She was very close. If we were doing honorable mention, she would be an honorable mention. I thought the hat was so editorial. For me, I just
Yes.
thought the actual garment was a little weirdly fitting. It was kind of falling off of her.
I just loved. She was in character. She had a voice.
I
had,
loved
like,
when she was in the
yeah,
voice
like,
answering the questions. Very funny.
It was perfection, like in terms of like not just the outfit but the performance and like the sort of character.
Yeah,
it's so well built and
the
it's
makeup
so
was
well
really
known.
good.
Yeah,
and that's a hard thing to do.
like,
It was great. Don't get me wrong.
Wow,
I just had to pick 5. There's 24 of these people.
I know, but okay. I just want to know which other ones that you picked.
Well, I'll tell you my next one.
Okay,
My next one is Kelly. I love Kelly. I knew I loved her.
like Kylie's.
Huh?
You mean like Kylie's?
Her name is Kelly.
Does she have a last name?
Her name is Kelly. You don't remember Kelly?
Oh my god, no. What was she dressed as?
Okay, so first of all,
Is she the trans woman?
she's the trans woman.
Oh, okay.
I loved her instantly when I saw her confessional look because she was dressed exactly like Zero Suit Samus, who is my Smash Brothers main, so respect there. And when it cut to her on the stage, she was giving this big, opulent showgirl. She had a gown reveal and a cute bodysuit underneath. And I was already in, and then she incorporated a cute little message. Had the Venenos hold up like a protect trans kids sign. So I was like, we got look, we got personality, we got message. When she was doing the interview, she was so poised. I loved her.
Girl,
Team Kelly.
I'm getting these little images in my head, but I do not remember her.
Team
I
Kelly
don't
over here.
remember what she even looks like. I just...
Well, you of course know her single from the early 2000s, Shoes. You remember that song, right?
What?
It's Kelly the Drag Queen, Shoes. Let's get some shoes.
Yes.
That was her song. I'm just kidding. It was hers.
Yeah, like what?
She's just also named Kelly. You don't think that's funny?
Oh my god.
Okay, so I choose Kelly. Who do you choose next?
I mean, now I feel scared. I don't know if you... Okay, I mean...
We don't have to
this
pick
one,
the same ones. This is what's interesting about us.
I know. Okay, so my next one is going to be, obviously, the House of Seafood Ink Croissant.
Okay. Ankh did not make my cut.
Oh, what? I
Yeah.
am so mind blown right now.
There was a point where I had to cross one person off because I had 6, and I unfortunately chose Ankh. Can you tell us why you loved it?
I just feel like in terms of detailing and in terms of like being so well put together, I feel like Ink was up there for me. In terms of performance, I was not really into it, but I think the House of Seafood like brings a lot of good, like craft, really well done. Like it's really good.
Look, I love House of Seafair. I do think that maybe me knowing Ankh before this particular audition maybe set and Avia said the same thing. Maybe my expectations were a little too high because even though this was amazing, I was like, well, it's amazing, but you struggled with the scroll.
True.
And you weren't super compelling in the interview portion. So I'm like, it was probably my 6th favorite. It just didn't make my top 5.
I don't want it in my top 5 anymore.
It's in there. You locked it in. If you want to have a different, it's locked in.
Okay,
but let's say one more. No, it's in. And let's say one more nice thing about Ankh. That makeup is so cool. This is one of the best sort of drag king makeups that I've seen.
Yeah,
I really like it.
I don't want it in my top.
It doesn't
5
matter.
Anymore.
It's in there. You locked it in.
Okay.
You cannot change. My final one is a lovely lady named Little Miss Salma.
I didn't. Well, I like saw her and I was like, oh, and then this makes sense. Okay.
I don't normally go in for like sort of fantasy fairy tale references.
Yeah, like Red Riding Hood is that
yeah,
one? Yeah.
But the garment was so cool. The way the hood had so much texture, and then underneath she was wearing a lot of red, but it was sort of this tie dye thing that was draped perfectly over the top of the red that really made the garment.
And like when the little
wolf
came
very
out,
cute.
that was really funny. I do have to say that I thought about it. It didn't make the list of the top 10, but.
Well, top 5, babe.
Well, yeah,
you have to narrow it down.
Top 5, sure.
Yeah.
But I have a list.
Well, that was my final one. Who was your final pick for the top 5 runways of the auditions?
My final one was... Damn, now I feel basic for picking my picks. Okay, and then my 5th one and last one is Milan Blaze.
I liked Milan Blaze a lot, but I can't quite remember what she was wearing.
I just love blue. I love the color blue, and she was wearing this big like covered blue.
Oh,
like,
I remember.
Yeah.
And then there was the gold underneath.
Yes, and it was like a reveal to the gold. And the thing I like was that she created her runway from the because I was like, why is she carrying that fabric? And I was kind of like getting upset because I was like, why are you not using it? And then she like goes up to, and then she says in her confessional, I'm gonna make a runway, and then she throws it, and then because I honestly, when she turned and she was gonna walk, I was like, oh, it's not like I was expecting for the worst, but it actually worked so well, and this is polished performance. It looks really good.
The Veneno use was fun with the camera flashes.
Yes.
The garment underneath was exquisite. Did you see the detailing down in the shoe? They zoomed in on the shoe, and the way it meets the heel. I think it's all one piece. I think the heel's built in. That's incredible.
I think you're right.
Yeah, so. A lot of craft went into this, so I do really appreciate that.
So that's my last.
Okay, well that's fine. Top. That's great.
Do you want to talk about top 10?
No, I said top 5. We're sticking to the plan. Okay. We can't talk about this all night. We have to talk about 24 lip syncs now. How do you feel about that?
I'm glad they brought some of these girls back because there's like a lot of rumors that they're trying to do Todas las Más, which would be like
like an all-star.
So that's why I think we saw a lot of them.
So it was almost an audition for them as well.
So it's like an audition for them as well.
Wow.
Because then there's like a list of people who are voting because the producers like put a list out and say like vote which people you would like to see.
Well, let's clarify for the viewers what exactly the situation is. They're teasing a surprise challenge. They're calling it the Duelo Infernal. Who knows what that is? It's revealed that they're going to be lip syncing against past La Mas Draga queens. And for a lot of them, they're going to be lip syncing with the previous queen singing their own song.
Yeah, which is very, like, I can't.
Intimidating, right?
Very intimidating.
So it's a pretty great surprise. And we're just going to go one by one through all of these girls and tell you what we think about the lip syncs. Ooh, boy. First up, we have AB Blaze. There's another Blaze. Milan Blaze.
Yes.
Are they siblings?
They're cousins.
They're cousins.
Just kidding. I have no idea.
Great. AB Blaze has to go up against Liza Sansusi.
Honestly, very solid lip sync. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is the first lip sync, the first moment where you're like, damn, a girl is going to sing her song from her season against this new girl. I thought that a lot of these girls were going to get overshadowed, but they didn't.
Well, who do you think won this first one? Because I thought AB won.
I thought that AB won as well. But the thing is, these girls from previous seasons have nothing to lose on this lip sync. So I think that, like, they were there to have fun. They weren't really there to prove anything.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Especially with a lot of them, like, they're just, like, doing, like, the two-step to their own song. And you're like, oh, you're just here to have fun.
So I thought AB won. You thought Liza won?
No. No, I said AB, yeah.
Next up, we have Alessia Vita versus Soro Nasty. Ooh. Soro Nasty is one of my favorites. I will say that.
I really like Soro Nasty, but she just went there to, like, have fun.
Yeah.
She had fun up there.
She had fun up... Did she? I feel like I love Soro Nasty, but, like, I don't think lip syncing is her forte.
It's never been her forte.
And she kind of had a controversial exit because she didn't try in her lip sync, which I think is debatable. But... You know, I do think that Alessia won this one.
Yeah,
she was just trying a little harder.
It's like these last two solid girls, like the new solid like girls auditioning. They've been doing really solid. So yeah, I like this one as well.
Next up, we have Alexis Mugler and Hidden Mistake. Love Hidden Mistake. Love that she's back.
I love Alexis Mugler. I've been following her.
Oh, so you're
TikTok.
A fan already?
Yeah, I've seen her TikToks. She has this incredible song that she sings at the swap meet.
Oh, really?
And it's basically just like she loves shopping at the swap meet.
That's
and like she
funny.
loves buying like fake brand. And it's a very funny song. And then she like has videos where she goes viral with dancing with all men at the flea markets.
Okay, fine.
So I really like her.
Yeah, I thought Hidden won.
Yeah. I'm like, but in this lip sync,
I thought Hidden just had the levels more because she started slow.
But it's her song and she knows that that's how it's meant to be. I feel like I would still like to see Alexis in
I would too.
Season.
I would like to see her in the new season because she's so committed to her character.
Yes.
If anything, I think that's what held her back in this lip sync is she was in the character too completely for the whole time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But what do you think about that baby? It's pretty funny, right?
One was like fucking putting smoke out.
Yeah.
The other one was having a baby. Like it was so many things happening.
There was a lot of
that I was
stunts.
like, oh, like everyone this time around had a lot of like too many reveals at this point where it's like,
Really? I thought there was just enough reveals sort of throughout this whole episode.
Yeah.
Not everyone relied on them, but some of them
True.
were good.
yeah, I okay. I like that.
I'm not trying to tell you. I'm not trying to change your opinion, babe. You can you can think there's too many. Do you?
I don't know.
Okay, well we'll find out.
Wow, I have like no
You have no opinions of your
no
own?
opinions. I think I'm still digesting. It was a long episode.
Yes. Next up, we have Ankh versus Lupita Kush. I love Lupita.
I love Lupita Kush. She definitely won this. I don't care.
You know what? I think Ankh won by like just this much.
No.
Really?
Lupita won this.
I thought Lupita was good, but she was kind of.
She's just so captivating.
I love her. I would rather go
and
to a
it's
Lupita
it's
show if I'm
she
being
just
honest. But
literally, she could walk on the runway with a fucking diaper, and I would still love her.
I love her as well. I think Ankh gave us slightly more variety in movement.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, Lupita was doing like again the two side step that everyone, all of the other like OG girls were doing.
I thought it was good. I thought they were both good.
Yeah, they were both good.
It was pretty close.
Yes, actually very close. That's why I kind of leaning more towards
Lupita.
Lupita.
Just because we love her.
Yes.
Next up, we have Ariel versus Luna Landsman. Luna's from season 2, correct?
I believe so.
And she's wearing a very funny little outfit. I love this
It's
sort
like
of
the
pink box
like this is
that
a
she's
reveal.
wearing.
Like
Yeah.
that's kind of what she's wearing. She's like,
Yeah, but it has
Pay
the little
attention.
bikini on it, and then she reveals the pasties. I really liked the reveal, especially the balloon moment.
yes, that balloon moment I think is what gives this the win.
I would say, in spite of the reveal being good, I would give it to Ariel. I think Ariel just brought a little more
neck
energy.
to neck to me, so I could also fall that way or fall neither. Like either they both go or they both stay. Like I don't know.
Okay, fair. Yeah, this was another close one. I'm giving it to Ariel.
Okay, I'm giving it to Luna then.
Next up, we have Axel Deville versus Peque Balderas. And I just pity anyone who has to go up against Peque Balderas.
I mean, pick a clear winner.
I think this was the first
I have my
blowout.
blinds on. I have my blinds on, so I think that.
No, I don't think you have blinders on. I think she fucking ate.
Okay, yeah.
She destroyed this. I think this was Peque's all the way.
And I loved her little outfit, like the little spots. She was
Yeah.
very like Art Attack, like the.
Well, it was kind of like the look from her season that I didn't like, but it was like a better version of it. And I wonder if she was like kind of trying the one she got eliminated on. It was kind of similar.
It's so different.
I know, but it's a better version of it.
No, this is the same silhouette that she wears for other things. That's not that.
Regardless, she looks incredible. And even though Excel was doing really good stuff, I just don't think she was letting herself upstage Peque. Like, you have to be in front of Peque, especially because her outfit is popping so much more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this one was definitely Peque. Next up, we have Braulio 8000 versus Sirena. I was a little surprised to see Sirena back.
I was in shock when I saw her walk in. Also because I don't think this is her song. She's singing some.
Well, did they
she's
give her a
singing-
song? Because she had kind of a nasty exit, right?
Well, the thing is, like, the new season is the only season to give every single queen a song because the last season it was only the top 4.
Oh, that makes
or
sense.
5, whatever they were, 4.
But it was kind of nice to see Sirena back.
Yeah, no, it was really nice to see her back and just.
I also think she won.
Has a lot of trans phobic like comments that she's made, so I'm also like not really happy to see her there.
Oh, well then
which
I'm
is
not
what my
rooting for her,
surprise was.
yeah.
Of like, oh, they're inviting her.
I was just surprised because it seemed like she wasn't a fan of production, but
And that too. So that's why I was very curious, and I was, I don't know what to say. I don't really know the transphobic things she says. So I have nothing to provide. But she didn't.
I think she won the lip sync.
Win this lip sync.
Yeah.
For me.
Unfortunately, I think that's true.
Also,
Lip-sync?
you know you're gonna lip sync. Why are you wearing the most difficult outfit? You should have worn this yesterday.
Yeah.
And like.
Well, her other look covered up her face even more because Braulio was almost in my top 5 just because
it was a dead bride.
Yeah,
You're
but her
right.
face was covered.
Yes.
So I think this was the one that was like the preferable lip
it's
lip
like,
syncing look, but I can't see your mouth.
So blobby, you couldn't see their mouth. Like I'm not a.
Well, unfortunately, Serena won, but we'll move on. Next up, we have Catriona versus Georgiana, and put a pin in it. This is the best lip sync of the night. This is fucking amazing. Every fucking moment. And you know what? I don't even think of Georgie as like a lip syncer, but Georgie's bringing it, and Catriana's giving it back
that
twice
online, and I love Georgiana. Girl, she was just there doing the 1-2 step.
No, give her some credit when she dropped the skirt.
That was a great moment.
That was an incredible moment.
And she was nice because she actually threw it on her.
Yes.
And then she was like, I'm not gonna be that mean. So she kind of like shushed it so that it only landed on half of her because she was about to cover this girl.
But what was amazing is Catriona grabs it and immediately gets up and spins it, turns it into a move.
Yeah.
There's a fun moment of collaboration where they do that.
They're like, okay, you're right. This is a great lip sync.
It was so fun.
Yeah, like it does have great moments in it.
And I do think Catriona proved herself. Like, I would not want to go up against this girl.
Actually, you're right, and especially now realizing that this is Catriona as well.
Yeah,
actually makes it even better. So yes, I one of the better lip syncs of the night.
Next up, we have Chacona Voodoo and Madison Bezre. I had no idea she had a last name.
Well, you never finished season 3.
I still know who Madison is. She's on the show all the time. I like her.
That's why they clown her for being like Barney, because she had the Barney voice, but also like her
She's
last
the
name.
Barney voice. Oh.
You never watched the season.
Okay,
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
I missed so many
My season 3 blind spot. I'm sorry. I'm a bad person. Let's continue.
And she won.
I do think she won.
I mean, Chacona, as much as like, girl, everyone's trying to support you, and because she's like, auditioned so many times, I feel like it's not. I don't think that I liked it because also like Madison wasn't really doing much. Like if you see the season finale from when she did that to what she was doing now, it's like this girl was on 1%.
You think she was going? Like,
she was on
easy
1%. Yeah, she was going very easy on her. So
I was a little
expecting,
underwhelmed.
like more voodoo like movements. Like
yeah,
like if you dance like you're like being like controlled.
Oh,
like,
is this the voodoo who auditioned?
Yes.
But now a solo person.
But now
okay,
it's a solo person. I didn't know. So I'm like, like I agree with. I think Abies was the one that said like they did much better in the last audition round than this round. So
well, we like you, Chacona. Maybe next season is your season, but
nah, I think they're gonna probably have her.
Oh, you think they will? Good.
I think so. I mean, if she gets voted, I don't know. There's like a vote. You can vote for the third person.
Well, we'll see. Next up, we have Dimitra versus Cifer. And I think Cifer's another one that I would really not want to lip sync against.
Yeah.
Because she did a good job.
That she did a great job. Again, she pulled up Georgiana, like...
Yeah. Oh, the fan moment was great.
She covered her face. I was like, damn, that's like...
I think that was the shadiest moment.
And she was basically blocking her. Like, Cifer was blocking... Like, Cifer
went
in there being like, okay, I'm not gonna... Like, because again, I think she could have given more, but she gave just enough to be like, this is, So
yeah, you got to put up a fight if you want to beat me.
Yes.
That was kind of the mood, and I do think Cifer won.
Yeah, and I think it might be that all of these old girl, like not old, but all of this like already participants of La Mas Draga, like they were matching the level of the new person, because I feel like some of them can do even more than what they showed.
Well, I think so. Speaking of really good lip syncers, we have Elektra coming out against Rudy Reyes, and I would not want to go up against Rudy Reyes.
I would not want to go up.
That sounds very hard.
Like this girl, I'm sorry, but I feel like I remember just Rudy Reyes. I remember her reveals from...
Yeah. I love Elektra. Obviously, I gave her one of my top 5 placements because I just really like her perspective. And I really liked her spark guns. But I do think she lost about 30 seconds back there, like, turning on the spark guns. Like, I don't know what was going on. But
yeah, I was not a fan.
I thought it was good, but...
And I think maybe this is what... Actually, no, even her outfit at this time was even worse.
Be nice to my friend. I love you, Elektra. Elektra, if you want to come to town, you can hang out with me. Sergio will go do something else. I thought you really held your own against one of the best lip syncers in La Mas Draga history.
Yes. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. No hate.
Next up, we have Emma Del Rey versus Guajardo.
Another girl that just came to 2 steps.
I know, but here's the thing. I think Guajardo won.
Yes. I mean, Guajardo has presence.
She was commanding the stage.
That's the thing that pushed her to the top in season 2. Like, she just has presence. And
Emma Del Rey was giving a lot of movement, which I liked, but this whole lip sync kind of reminded me of Kenya Michaels versus Latrice Royale, where Latrice is just standing there doing a great job, and you see Kenya in the background going like, woo, woo, woo.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. This girl, also not memorable.
Be nice to Emma. I liked her. I liked her runway.
What was she wearing?
If I'm not mistaken, she took off her thing and she was wearing just the little Speedo.
Oh, she's the Spanish girl.
I liked her.
Yeah. I love the memes that they've been putting out because she's like, I already feel at home. And it's like like Christopher Columbus said when they
Oh my
went to
God.
America. It was so fucking funny.
Okay, that's a very funny meme. I will have to include it. But yeah, I think this was pretty easy to call. This was Guajardo's for sure.
For sure.
Yes. Next up, we have Fierce versus Lexa Fox. And all I wrote on my notes for this was Lexa, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
Lexa, like, just mop the floor.
I'm just so happy when she's on my screen. I love Lexa Fox.
She's also a great performer.
Yeah.
Every time. I hated when she was... The only thing I hated was the little hat. She was, like, holding onto it.
Yeah, but once she did the flip and it came off...
But I was like... But I just hated... Like, I was like, ugh. Like,
look,
stop.
Lexa Fox loves a cowboy hat. Let her do her signature piece.
I mean, I liked lip sync. She was fucking amazing.
She was really good. Next up, we have Juana Guadalupe and Jobstar. This was Juana's, I think.
This was a lip sync.
So Juana obviously was in both of our top 5 for runways.
Yeah.
I don't think that maybe lip syncing is her strongest suit. Yeah. But what do you think about it?
I honestly, it happened, and they enjoyed it.
I mean, it wasn't bad enough to preclude her from being on the show because I think her runway was so strong, right?
Yeah, her runway was so strong. Yeah. I feel like I'll give it to Jobstar.
Really?
Yes. Now I'm realizing because I feel like Jobstar had like the 3. She was like dressed like in a like leopard thing.
I'm gonna give it to Juana. I liked that she was wearing green. I liked that it was like cheesy Matrix, like Y2K aesthetic.
Yeah.
I liked it, and I liked her reveals.
Okay, so we like it.
We like them both. Next up, we have Kelly versus Santa Lucia.
This is a person that I would not like to go up against.
Santa Lucia? Like, no, for sure.
Again,
real heavy
this
hitter.
is similar. Like the presence that she has on stage, it's like if you try to cut her, like she's there. Like or block her. Like she's there. Like
yes.
I'm sorry, but she mopped the floor. Kelly, I don't remember.
I'm a very big Santa Lucia fan. This is one of my favorite songs from Mas Draga, and it makes me think of Santa Lucia every time I hear it.
Yeah.
I still thought Kelly won by a little bit.
What?
Yes.
There's no way.
I thought she was.
This song is so dark and so like, I don't feel like Kelly was giving that. She was like, this is about being like a fucking girl. Like,
I hear you, and I love Santa.
Big persona, so it's...
I think if Santa had not self-eliminated, she probably would have won the season last year. But
of course.
I thought Kelly won this particular lip sync.
Oh my god.
I love Kelly. I love Kelly.
Is this the girl you liked her outfit?
I love Kelly.
I don't remember this girl. She was wearing the trans dress on the lip sync. I kind of remember that.
I
like the
fringe
outfit. Fucking amazing.
They both had fringe though. It was nice that they matched up.
Ah, you're right. They did. Yeah.
And I think that's what made this the second best lip sync of the night.
You think so?
I think so. I think they both.
God.
And this is the thing. I don't think Santa Lucia did a bad job. I just think Kelly did a little bit better. I think she's great. I love Kelly.
Wow. I don't think it's the second best lip sync.
What? Which one do you think is better than this?
Has
it happened yet?
Maybe not.
Okay, well, we'll keep going and we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Next up, we have La Kylie's versus Deborah Men.
This one is weird because I feel like at the beginning, Deborah Men had this in the pocket. Like the way the performance was so perfect, like the interpretation of it. And then she got lost for me, like after a while. And then I wasn't really liking like Kylie's at the beginning, but then I was like at the end, I was like, well, overall now I feel like Kylie's did a little bit better. Like not better, but like,
I thought this was pretty evenly matched, and they were both fine. I can't pick a winner.
Yeah, I can also not pick a winner. Actually,
you pick one.
Like Kylie's.
Okay, great. Like Kylie's, you win. Next up, we have Little Miss Salma versus Paper Cuts.
I feel like I know that the lip syncs were not planned, but these are the most equal in terms of like animated, like children.
Are you sure they weren't planned? Because I do think
they
stronger lip. You don't think?
I mean, they grabbed the eggs.
How could they fake that? That's impossible. I think that they were probably planned because it did seem like a lot of people who were good lip syncers were paired up against similarly good lip syncers.
Yeah, I can see that, and this is the one that would be the most obvious. I feel like Little Miss Salma won the lip sync.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought Paper Cut won.
I feel like Paper Cut was performing, but like he like got trapped on his little thing, so he had to remove it on his little
No, are you kidding? That was on purpose. It was a reveal to the Matador cape.
I know, but that was after. But like
Okay.
she almost fell back before she took it off, and then she took it off, and then she did that thing. So
I thought the pyrotechnics were cool. I thought paper cut one.
I forgot the pyrotechnic. You're right. I don't know why I like Little Miss Palma.
I love Little Miss Salma, which is her name.
Salma.
I love her. I gave her one of my top 5. I love her personality. I do think paper won this.
Okay.
That's just me.
Agree to disagree.
Next up, we have Milan Blaze, the other Blaze cousin, going up against Memo. I don't know. I think Memo won.
I think that other girl, I don't know. I didn't like this lip sync.
Okay, that's fair. I thought Memo won by a
I
little.
don't remember a lot of it, so I don't know.
I thought it was funny.
I don't like it.
I thought it was funny when Memo took off his wig and there was sparkles.
That was funny because I was like, when I saw Memo walk in, I was like, Memo, you're still wearing those ugly ass wigs. And then it was a reveal, and I was like, okay, that's great.
It was pretty funny. Next up, we have Ms. Peaches versus Nina De La Fuente. I thought Nina won.
Nina won. Yeah. I think Nina definitely was a standout for me. My opinion, no one else's.
Okay. Yeah, I thought she had really good stage presence.
Yes.
I mean, it helped that her outfit was way more colorful, you know. Ms. Peaches was good. I like her flips. I like her acrobatics, but there was kind of a messiness to some of the
like
flips.
wig reveal was a little like...
Some of her like flips, I couldn't tell if she was purposefully like flipping halfway as a stunt, or if she like had to abandon the flip and like land differently. I don't know. I was a little confused. Even though I would give this to Nina, I would say that if I saw Ms. Peaches performing and just doing all those weird flips, I'd give her a few bucks. That was very entertaining.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
Yeah. Next up, we have Naomi Kruger and Amelia Waldorf, and Naomi was one of your picks.
Yeah, and I think
Runway.
she won in this lip sync, right? No, that's not what you agree with.
I don't know. Like she should be one of my favorites, right? I like her. I do think that. Ultimately,
I mean, Amelia looked really cute.
I think Amelia just
And
she was
just
feeling the
having fun.
song.
She was feeling the song. She was having fun. So I agree. Okay, switch it.
I think in another lip sync, this would have been Naomi's. I think this was a hard one for her. The song was stacked against her a little bit.
Yes, and I think she was in too many stunts.
I think so.
And the fact that Amelia was not doing any, it was just like a weird contrast.
Yeah.
So I kind of, it was a interesting lip sync.
But I do love Naomi. I want to see more from her. If she was on the next season, I would be very happy. Next up, we have Peche Le Peche versus Iris Ekise.
There you go. 20th attempt.
I don't know my ABCs.
You know, I wanted
I'm
Iris
sorry.
to win really bad.
Oh, you didn't think she did?
I feel like actually no, she did.
I thought she won by a lot. Actually,
I don't know what I'm thinking. I remember this girl.
Look,
it was like a little messy.
I like Peche. I think I would have a lot of fun seeing Peche like on the mic.
It was like
at
weird
a bar.
reveals, but then there was like the like purple sequin thing, but there was like
yeah.
a black like under, and I was like, wait, is that another reveal? But there was never another reveal.
Yeah.
So it was interesting.
And Iris's look was just so strong, and the reveals
like, the
referred
eye,
to one another. And the eye, yes. The eye reveal at the very end.
So I think this is a girl I don't see going through.
Unfortunately, I'm inclined to agree. But maybe next season, Peche.
Or maybe she will surprise us and she'll be there.
Great. I would love that too.
Please.
Next up, we have Purga versus Winter. And I was really excited to see Purga on because she's the flea from Monterrey who's in Burrita Borona's videos, right?
Yes, La Pulga.
La Purga.
La Pulga from, yes.
So I'm glad that she's auditioning.
Without a mask. This is
what she looks like when she takes off her head, yes. What did we think of this lip sync?
I don't know. I think Winter did win the lip sync. I just like her hair. I love her hair.
I do love her hair. This was a really close one. I think the reason... I
don't like the makeup of this girl.
Okay, that's
fair.
fair.
And like her, I don't know. I feel like she's making like bee eyes. Or like mosquito eyes.
Why? Because they're big?
They're like even bigger than fucking Trixie. Like they're like this big. They're like... and her face is like this big.
Okay, separate from the makeup, I'm going to say that I think La Purga won this by just a little bit because the only reason is it was so close. And I noticed that Winter, she had guns in her titties and she reached for them once and didn't take them out. And I found that distracting. I feel like she reached for them early and she was like, ooh, not yet.
Yeah.
So that was my only thing.
Okay.
Otherwise, it was very close.
I mean, I keep Winter as my winner.
Next up, we have Rose Carter versus Aisha Dalkills.
I mean, a person you don't want to lip sync against is Aisha.
She's a very good dancer. She's a very good performer. And I do think she won this by quite a bit.
She won this by, I think, quite a bit as well.
Yeah. And she looks great. I know she's kind of still in her same aesthetic that she had on season 5. But I really like this look. And her wig was together. I thought she looked great.
She looked great.
I love Aisha.
Like, put together. Like, she looked really good.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that Aisha's back. Rose Carter, maybe you would have had a chance against a different girl, but this girl was a little on fire tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And our final lip sync. Can you believe that?
Finally!
We're at the end.
Save me.
We have Chantal versus Greta White. And guess what? Third best lip sync of the night. They saved it for last.
Yes, I agree. When this finished, it was like, I think the energy came back and I was like, oh, great. Where's the next one? And I was like, oh, wait, this is the last one. Mm-hmm. So I agree. This is I think the second better for me.
Okay. You like this one the second best. I respect that. I really appreciated the horror movie references because obviously she starts as Tiffany, the killer doll from Bride of Chucky.
Good. And I
then goes to Chucky.
Won.
And this is one of the few horror movies that you've seen, so is that why you appreciated it?
Yeah. Also, I think you've known that Chucky's a big thing in Mexico.
I do know this. Yes.
So
why do Latinos love Chucky so much?
I don't know.
Well, I love him too, so I'm there with you.
Greta looked really good.
Greta always looks great.
But like this, she looked like good.
Yeah, and I think that's why this was such a strong lip sync is because she looked great and she was bringing really good energy.
Yes. Like, it was a lot.
I like an evenly matched lip sync, and this felt evenly matched.
This was a great way to end the lip sync.
Yeah.
Perusa.
Uma comes out with Deseos, and they reveal the winner of the audition process is none other than Papercut. Back for
that was so
season.
Funny.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's Catriona.
Whee! And also, I don't know if you saw in the episode, but like, Umakao like puts the note, and it was obviously recorded, and then they like figure it out later, like when it probably aired. Mm-hmm. But like the paper, like she kept showing the paper to the camera, and it was just blank.
That's very funny.
So it's just like that's like then it made me giggle because there was a moment where Uma shows the sales the note to try and make her to act surprised. And then she didn't, and then so I was like, oh, that makes sense why like Uma was trying to play it off, and then the sales was just like, girl, it's blank.
Yes, they're very entertaining. What do we think about Catriona winning?
I agree.
It feels justified, right?
It feels very justified. I think like I don't know, like it's weird. This was so much better than last auditions.
Oh, it was
in
very
terms
watchable.
of like how much they were prepared. How well they knew the lip sync songs. Like, I think
after last season,
it was like edited in a way. Also, yeah, because it was. I feel like edited sometimes where if a queen didn't really know the word, like they would cut it, like they would frame it differently. So I feel like they were also being really good at like in terms of production, it was really well produced. Like the episode, because it was quick, like fast, and it was not filled. I mean, it was 3 hours almost, but it wasn't as dragged as like I feel they've done in previous seasons.
Oh, I mean, the previous seasons opens up with like 20 minutes of them walking around the dressing room talking to the girls, and it's like, we'll get to know them when they're on stage. We don't need this.
Yeah.
So I thought this was a nice streamlined way to meet 24 queens. That's a lot of queens, but if you're gonna do it, this was a pretty good way to do it. Any final thoughts? Like, who do you think is going to get that extra slot? Because there's a fan vote to decide who else gets to join the cast.
I feel like they're going to give it to Ankh because I think from this group, he's like the more popular one because he's part of the Seifer house.
I do love the Seifer house. I would love if there was a Seifer family member on every season. So I'm down with Ankh being there. And I'm going to keep calling him Ankh even though you call him Ankh. What do you...
It's like Avatar. You know when they did the movie?
Aang and Ong? Oh, it's fully like Aang.
So bad. That movie's so bad.
So also, I'm being like M. Night Shyamalan and calling him Ankh. I'll try and call him Ankh, if that's what you think.
Is it Ankh?
It's Ong in the Avatar movie, but it's Aang in the... I think it's Ankh.
I think it's Ankh.
No way of knowing. There's no way for us to find out.
Just play the clip.
My name is Ong.
That's the right way. We'll learn it.
We'll learn it because I do think Ankh will probably end up being on season 6. Yes.
This would be the third consecutive season where we have someone from a safe house.
Do you think that in the event that Ankh gets onto season 6 that they will have a chance of making it as far as Seifer and Hidden? Because they both made the finals.
Well, one made it barely.
Well, let's not diminish Hidden's talents.
I know, but like I'm speaking the truth. Like she didn't really make it. Like she was a secret one at the end. That's just facts.
Okay.
Facts are facts.
Okay.
Listen, I love her, and I don't see Ank going much in the competition. Like in terms of our production and like seeing what just happened, I would get Ank first or second episode out.
Okay. Well, how about this follow-up question? If you could pick one person from the cast who is not Catriona or Ank to add to the cast of season 6 of La Mas Draga, who would you pick? I'll go first.
Okay, you go first.
Kelly. I love Kelly.
Oh my God.
I love Kelly.
Listen, you can go hang out with Kelly.
I want to hang out with Kelly so bad.
I think
Kelly, come to LA. We'll hang out.
I would do Juana Guadalupe.
Okay, that's actually a really good pick. That would probably be my second.
Yeah.
But my first is Kelly. So I think that's gonna be about it for this.
Yeah, are you excited
recap.
for
I'm
the new
so
season?
excited.
I feel like whoever they pick from these 24 girls is gonna be an incredible season. Like everyone seems to be well put together. So
everyone seems ready to be on TV. Even the ones who we had some critiques for. I think I would really like to follow them and see them in the future, maybe on a future season of the show. So yeah. I think this was a great audition.
Great, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to go away for a while because the show won't air until like November, but we'll see you in 6 months.
See you in 6 months.
Bye.
Bye.